No one wakes up and says, I want to live a small life. I want to stop dreaming. I want to settle. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, subtly. And by the time you realize it, you've stopped dreaming altogether. Sometimes it starts in childhood. When you're raised in survival mode, dreams are treated like luxuries. Not because your parents were wrong, but because they were doing their best with what they had. You learn that dreaming is expensive, that the extras are for other people. You grow up with love, maybe even faith, but somewhere along the way, you absorb a quiet message: keep it small. Don't expect too much. Be grateful with less. Then life happens. You miss some steps. Maybe school didn't go as planned. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you tried and failed more than once. You start downsizing your vision to match your pain. You start calling it realism when deep down, it's just heartbreak in disguise. You still work. You still believe in God. But if you're honest, you're not dreaming anymore. You're managing. You're surviving. Sometimes, even after building something, a business, a career, a decent life, you realize you're stuck in a loop. You've stopped expanding. You've stopped expecting, not because you lack vision, but because somewhere along the way you stopped feeling worthy of it. And here's the real twist: when someone else starts talking boldly about their dreams, you don't feel inspired, you feel uncomfortable. It's not hate, it's not envy, it's the ache of recognition. You remember the version of you who used to dream like that, the one who used to light up at possibility, the one who dared to believe something big could happen through your life. That version of you is still alive, but you've been treating him like he's dead. Here's the truth: no one talks about enough. Disappointment doesn't just hurt, it rewires your expectations. It teaches you to shrink, to stay grateful, to stop asking. You start playing it safe, not out of wisdom, but out of weariness. You stop dreaming big, not out of surrender to God, but out of fear he might not show up. You call it maturity. But deep down, you're just tired. So, what do? How do you recover that part of yourself without pretending everything's okay? How do you return to dreaming without guilt, fear, or pressure? You start small, and you start honest. You name what you buried, not because God said no, but because you stop asking. Dreams like living in abundance, not anxiety. Building income streams that serve your purpose, having a family that thrives in love, joy, and peace, traveling without guilt, giving without fear, creating again not for survival, but for the sheer beauty of it, living pain-free with energy and clarity. Those dreams aren't selfish. They're signs of life. If this sounds familiar, you're not crazy, and you're not alone. You just reached the point where shrinking became easier than open. But that doesn't have to be your story forever. Here's a truth worth remembering: God never told you to stop dreaming. Life did, fear did, disappointment did, but God, he still believes in what he placed inside of you. So maybe today's not about fixing everything. Maybe it's just about whispering a new prayer: God, If this dream is still part of your plan for me, breathe life into it again. I'm willing to trust, stretch, and start small if it means walking with you. You don't need more talent. You don't need more proof. You just need to believe again. This is the part of your story where you stop shrinking, where you stop calling smallness faithfulness, and where you remember you are still a dreamer and you're allowed to come back. This is the whole life experiment. Welcome to your reawakening.